Mommy's gotta go to work.
She tried to be a good mother, just like her mother.
That 4 months later, they ran the world. I'm still grieving, and, I miss my daughter.
It was the burden that made her great, and the part that caused her to stumble in the end.
There's so many parallels between them. They both had addictions.
Just like her mom, Bobbi Kristina just became the immediate target.
Quincy, what do you want to say to the Quincy relationship?
Both perished in a bathtub.
Now an emergency.
2 beautiful women, mother and daughter. Gone too soon.
You was there when Whitney died. You was there when Bobby Girl died.
She always told me I was the light of her life. She always says, because of you. I'm doing this for you.
Breaking news. Whitney Houston, one of the greatest voices of our generation, has died.
Bobbi Kristina was found face down in the bathtub. Bobbi Kristina dead at 22.
Investigators are trying to figure out what happened.
One of my goals is just to stay level-headed, and to not have all this take me, around the world in 80 days and come back somebody else, I like who I am.
This is the first time I've ever really spoken about Whitney.
It's just weird talking about her in a past tense.
Wow. I've never been asked that question.
I worked on Whitney's first album, and we were friends. She was 22 years old in 1984. She was so young, naive, beautiful, innocent, just unbelievably talented, and so unassuming.
I've known Whitney since she was 17 years old, but I was a fan of hers before I ever even met her. I was in Saturday Love, like 83, 84, singing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was that international star girl at that time. I heard Whitney and could not believe that this little thing had the voice that she had, because she was such a little thing at that time. Her angelic tone was just amazing. I looked at her and I said, you are going to be so big that it'll catch you. And you can never go back. And she was like, I don't think I'm gonna have that problem.
Whitney was one of the biggest artists in the world. Whitney is the kind of voice that all people want to have. That voice is golden.
She was one of the world's greatest singers. She was my friend.
Whitney is my sister-in-law, best friend.
She was my perfect, beautiful godmommy. That was my godmother. We were like a family.
We called her Tia, which is Spanish for aunt.
She was just my best friend. What did I call her? Nippy? Nipster, really.
I call her Nip. That's like a nickname they gave her when she was younger.
People connected to Whitney Houston because she simply was a girl from Newark, New Jersey.
Whitney's mom, my grandmother, was one of the most famous backup singers of her time and sang backup for Elvis. My cousin Dion was the first black pop star.
Whitney for sure followed in her mom's footstep when it came to that whole gospel feeling and music and a strong voice. And that's where my godmother got her voice from. Her mom, Sissy, loves the church, and so did Whitney.
The difference between Whitney and Nippy is Whitney is a make-believe person. Like, she had to please everybody. Whitney was somebody that was, how can I say this? Basically a lie. Like, she didn't want to be Whitney Houston. She just wanted to be Nip.
You don't think of yourself as a star?
No, I don't.
But you are.
So I've heard.
We in the industry, we build this perception and this persona that it's the pop princess. But she didn't think of herself as a princess.
Whitney's image was bigger than Whitney.
was really, really touchable. Let's go get a burger in the hood, you know? Let's go get some chicken tacos. Crab out the shell, her favorite.
She liked to wear hats to the back. You know, she loved her Converse sneakers. Her favorite sneakers, Converse.
She was what LL Cool J would say, an around-the-way girl.
But the world expected perfection. We knew it wasn't no such thing. She put up with that because she felt like it was too late to get out. She's like, I'm in now. I got to go through with this.
When you achieve success, then you get all the...
How do I sing more black? Or what am I doing that's making me sound white? I don't understand, you know. I'm singing music from my heart, from my soul, and that's it.
This is the first time she strongly dealt with tabloid backlash. And let me tell you, it hurt.
You already have 1,000 other things to deal with, and on top of that, you have to deal with people judging your relationship because it's not the person who the world wants it to be.
The pop princess and the good girl falls in love with the bad boy, Bobbi Brown.
I just try to make people understand that Bobbi Brown is just going to be Bobbi Brown. If you're going to accept me as me.
Bobbi had many girlfriends before Whitney. Of course, Janet. Get money on stage, he's a celebrity. All the girls like him, you know.
Bobby, rough, rugged, and raw, dancing, raunchy, you know, doing what he do.
I was dancing for Bobbi Brown. I believe it was his Humping Around tour. He definitely loved the ladies. The ladies loved him. But when he met her, you can just tell this was different.
Do you enjoy being together on the set as opposed to being apart doing different things?
Nope.
No, we do. We do. We work well together. We complement each other, I think, you know. He brings out the best in me, you know, does.
They adored each other. That's that puppy love, baby. I remember it. Ooh, yeah. I knew Bobbi Brown doing New Edition when they had the Candy Girl song. And years later, when she first met him, Whitney was like, ain't he cute? I said, girl, please. That's my little brother. Come on. I said, are you serious? I just couldn't see it. But she said, that's going to be my husband. Her and Bobbi together, they enjoyed their life in a very teenage, young adult way. If Bobbi played basketball, Whitney played basketball. They would skit with each other. They had a lot of fun with each other.
Nip loved Bobbi so much because they was just alike, I guess. They was both from the projects. They understood each other. Bobbi was just so caring. You know, he was just a gentleman. One year for Nip's birthday, he gets to the house and he said, hey, ta-da, surprise. Come on, it's your cake, happy birthday, you know. It was like purple and pink and all these swirly colors. And it was sunk in and she looked at me, she said, you eat a piece first. I said, no, I'm not. I said, first and foremost, Bobbi, tell me how'd you make it? And baked it. So, we never ate the cake. But he tried so hard. He tried so hard, yeah.
Bad boy Bobbi Brown may be best known for his raunchy dance moves.
Now, they dubbed Bobbi as the bad boy. But it's crazy because Bobbi acts like a bad boy in front of the camera. But he's really not that off camera. Nip acts like Whitney Houston on the camera, but off the camera, she's like the bad boy Bobbi Brown.
Media gossip continues to swirl around Whitney Houston and Bobbi Brown.
They're getting it all wrong. They're getting it all wrong. I've reached the point where they call my parents. They call my brothers offering money to tell stories. They call friends of mine, and I just like for them to just, you know, don't badger us. Don't scrutinize us.
I think there was so much jealousy and envy of their love.
The media, for some reason, could not wrap their head around Bad Boy Brown Princess Whitney Houston actually had a connection.
Is he the man you want to marry?
Yeah.
Forget what everyone says. She marries Bobby Brown anyway. That's a woman in love.
She said, I'm so happy, sister. But I'm nervous. But I can't wait. I just want to be happy. I just want to live my life.
I think they thought, finally, the world will see what this is, not a sham. Hopefully this will shut everyone up and let us live our lives in peace. But that didn't happen.
Bobby is the man in my life, and I'm very much in love and I'm very happy. And he's the man I want to have children with. That's the one thing that I know that I don't have that I want.
You know what I mean? Did I expect? I don't know.
Whitney was a global superstar, adored by millions all over the world. She was really Wonder Woman there for some time. And boy, when she got the Bodyguard film, it took her up to a whole nother level.
This was to just become the mom.
During the time period of the Bodyguard, Whitney became pregnant. Oh God, she was so excited. She finally was going to be a mother.
When she was filming The Bodyguard, my godmother had a miscarriage. And she was forced to be happy every day and hide what she was going through.
We don't really know the deep pain she was in because she got up, got dressed, and put on that magnetic, gorgeous smile.
It was a good experience. It was a difficult experience. It had its moments where I thought, my God, I'm just not going to make it. I just know I'm not going to make this. I'm going to either just fall out somewhere and just say, I give up. I can't do it.
What attracted you to this film?
Well, the fact that it was a strong woman, independent, so kind of like myself.
The Bodyguard made her such a huge star. This performance made her a hero. However, she didn't set out to conquer the world. She wanted to be a mother.
When Whitney got pregnant again, it was a miracle. She had been wanting it for so long. And I just felt like, God, please let the baby get here.
Having a baby, I'm looking forward to that. Raising a child, hearing mommy, that's what's foremost in my head right now.
She had her nervous times because she had the miscarriage before. She was like one of the happiest pregnant women I remember.
She was just over the moon with excitement to be having a baby with the man she loved and just live happily ever after.
She finally got her angel, her perfect baby girl. Chrissy was here. She's like, now I can conquer anything. And it felt so good to see her in that light.
Whitney loved her daughter. She loved her daughter more than anything.
I will never forget, Chrissy could not sleep without holding her hand. It's a connection.
Sometimes it gets difficult, but I have a good husband, and he's very understanding, and he's very supportive. And hopefully she'll be able to look back at it one day and just be proud of her mom and kind of continue on the legacy.
whatever she wants to do, just be the best at it.
Checking on the baby, or?
No, you know what? It's a habit. You know, my stomach is growing, and I can feel it, and it's like a new feeling again. You know, so I just put my hand there, just to, you know, just a motherly thing. I don't know. I did it with Kristina too.
My godmother suffered more than one miscarriage, and it hurt her really bad. You have a beautiful, precious child, and you pray, and you attempt again, and then you can't have that baby. But then, still having to perform, still having to be a public figure, and put a smile on her face. At the same time, dealing with hurtful backlash coming from the media.
My husband and I are doing fine. There are issues that the press is having a field day on, and sometimes we don't know why. It's just mean. It's mean, and it's cruel to disrespect two people who are married and trying very hard to keep that going.
Bobbi Brown is a bad boy. He's wild, he's crazy, he's all those things, but he wasn't a bad person.
My name is Rudy Dolezar. I'm a filmmaker, and I was privileged to film Whitney on tour and on many private situations, and we became friends.
Rudy, I'm so happy to go home. I can't believe it.
Robin Crawford was the one who was discussing with me, how are we going to do this? She was a very sensitive, artistic person already at the time. I could see why Whitney was relying on her in many ways.
Who would have known when she was 12 years old that she wanted to be a professional singer? Wow.
Whitney Houston and Robin were best friends. She was her personal assistant, her creative director, her A&R, her anything that rock.
What is it our business if Whitney Houston was gay or bisexual? I think she was bisexual because I do not think that she would have faked the intensity that you can see with Robin. I'm absolutely sure that she enjoyed sex with Robin or maybe other women. And I'm absolutely sure she did with Bobbi Brown.
Why did you two end up falling out?
You know, when Whitney and I didn't fall out, I was always there for her. She knew that.
But Robin, you didn't talk to her for, it was 15 years. You two were estranged.
We talked, we were never estranged.
But you stopped working for her.
I moved on because I felt like I had done all that I could do, but she knew where to find me.
I think there was no place for Robin at that time to be close, and she left. Because Whitney wanted to make this marriage work with Bobbi Brown.
You look so pretty.
She loved her daughter more than anything. But the road is not an easy thing, and it's not easy for anybody.
Whitney was usually on tour, and Bobbi Kristina couldn't be with her.
I am dying to get home to see her little face.
She was never together with this child. But that was like when her mother was usually on tour when she was a little girl.
I remember my mother receiving a phone call from Elvis to do his comeback show in Vegas, and I was so proud. I remember my mother very concerned that she'd have to leave her children for a month. Mommy loves you, and Mommy wants to stay home, but Mommy's got to go to work.
It was not an easy life Whitney had when she was a small girl. So she just lived what she learned.
You know, I'm a mother, I'm away from my child, it's very hard. I miss my baby so much. Her little face is gonna make my world a lot better.
Yes, it will.
I think Whitney got tired of it. She needed a break from the spotlight. She needed her daughter. And she needed a friend.
Nippy could trust me, so she's like, you gotta move in the house. And I felt like I had to always protect her. And we still stay up late, talk. Me and Nip held on to so many bad memories in our past coming up. Being molested. I'm gonna say one thing because just to tell the truth about one thing she went through, right? She must have been 13 or 14 years old. She was made to do a lot, but not so good things. She was just 13 years old when she was molested. How evil is that? Like, for real. Especially her. I wanted to be someone other than myself, and I'm sure she did too. But we had to keep it in. We harbored it. We were sick from the drug abuse and the alcohol. We had to become somebody else, so we stayed sedated, so we ain't got to feel what we was feeling. It was just an ongoing cycle.
Let's party!
Bad memories in our past coming up. Being molested, and our only outlet was to get high. We couldn't have too much fun out where the public was because she had to keep up this facade. She had to pretend to be this perfect princess, but she wasn't, and she didn't want to be. We was hiding indoors, and the drug use became a normal thing. Bobby goes, she knew what we was doing.
Ew, don't spit on my camera.
You know on camera. They never did in front of her, but of course she knew.
When Whitney was finally back in her home with Bobbi Kristina, Whitney really wanted to take care of her. I'm afraid Whitney doesn't know what to do, because when she was a little girl, her mother was not present. But she was still Bobbi Kristina's role model, even with her problems.
Whitney didn't want me to go nowhere. And Michael Jackson was having a tribute.
He wanted her to perform. It was a big, big special celebration. I remember that concert was so important to her because it was Michael's anniversary. That's her buddy.
Yeah, she's seen herself in him. Like, Michael wanted to be himself as well, because they both went through the same things. So she wanted to support him. But it was just not the right time. She was so sick. I didn't know it looked that bad. Because I didn't see it either until I seen the picture. But we thought we looked good. That's what drugs do to you. And become to steal, kill, and destroy your life, He lies to you. It's a shame. Because the world would not let it go.
The Diane Sawyer interview was seen around the world, and it was her truth and her story to tell.
She was just tired of people in her business. It was like, Where should I get out here? I just cracked up laughing. When she got off the set, we laughed probably, I don't even know how many days. That was the whole thing in the house. Like, crack is whack. Crack is whack, y'all. It was like, they're gonna have t-shirts with that on it. We're gonna get hats, cups, pencils. Girl, what? Bobby was like, come on, y'all, stop. Bobby wasn't indulgent like we was. He used to get mad at us, because he wanted us to stop. Crack is whack. Crack is whack, so. And it really is. It was in denial, but it was funny then. I'm funny now. Yeah.
At that time, everyone is talking about her drug use, her behavior, her this, her that, her the other.
The media and Wendy Williams talked about her as a mother, drugs, what she's going through in her relationship. Like, it just was no ending.
She was tired, Wendy. When enough was enough, she was like, bitch, I'll kick your ass. And I was in the background like, yeah, I'm gonna help her.
Approximately 2 weeks after Diane Sawyer, I did my radio interview, but that became a light bulb moment in my career.
It was Wendy Williams, and Wendy Williams before television. It was like the radio Wendy Williams, which, like, that's the unedited version of her.
Wendy.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my Lord, have I waited for this day?
Have you?
Oh, yes, I have. Haven't you? You talk about me all the time.
And you are top billing.
Is that why you talk about me all the time?
Absolutely.
You don't even know me.
The conversation lasted for 28 minutes. and had lots of peaks and valleys.
Bobbi has had a reputation occasionally to step out on the marriage. Oh, really? Say the gossips.
Okay, thank you.
Had infidelity been one of the biggest issues in you guys' marriage?
No.
What would you say the biggest issue is in you all's marriage?
You people. You people like to run your mouth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you could take back anything that you told Diane Sawyer, what would
if I could say something that I didn't say, I got a problem with you kids. You talk about me, you haven't seen me in your damn life, but you talk about me. That's not right.
Everyone was talking about this interview, always judging her. She was willing to throw it all away, because all she wanted to do was beat her Jersey style, Trenton style. Even sweet people that love and love, when you come for them like that, you take them to a different place, and things went downhill after that.
Houston at that time. Everyone is talking about her drug use, her drug life, her using, her behavior.
Whitney used to outing Chrissy. That really bothered her.
She was a kid born to two superstars. It's not easy.
Bobbi Kristina needed more love and attention in an early age, then it would have been easier for her. But Whitney tried to be a mother with all her heart, just like her mother.
And Bobbi Kristina really loved Whitney. Bobbi Kristina Brown was my first cousin, more so my friend. We grew up together along with my siblings and cousins. Bobbi Kristina really tried to mimic her mother in terms of personality, loving others, being forgiving, being loyal.
And then she got that swag like her dad, like Bobbi.
Bobbi Kristina was my god sister, but we were like soul sisters too. She was a couple years younger than me, and Whitney trusted my mother, and my mom would help take care of the kids. It was like we were like this big family, like the Kardashians. I remember at the Beverly Wilshire, we would play Ding Dong Ditch and just laugh, and we would order like $30 hot chocolate by the pool, and she was just wild and fun, and we felt free. We just clicked from such a young age.
The first time I met Chrissy was in 6th grade math class. She was just a riot. Literally the first time that we exchanged words, I knew she was going to be my best friend. I remember Whitney rolled up to the house and she had her drop-top Porsche, music blasting. She had her famous white Nike cap on with her friend's mother was like, "Is that Whitney Houston in the driveway?" And Christy's like, "Yeah, that's Mom." So that's kind of how we found out. And I still had no idea who Whitney Houston was, but everybody else did.
It wasn't easy for Chrissy, especially with the TV show.
No! You need to find another way to deal with us.
We aren't. We don't say to you.
Yeah, what
My daughter.
Leave her alone.
My daughter.
She's fine.
Baby girl, you fine? Yes, you are.
At the time, there was a lot of tabloid talk and Saturday Night Live. I remember constantly defending my aunt, even Bobbi Kristina.
The media, news reports, tabloids, everybody wanted a piece of her.
Whitney Houston had been built up as this princess that anything normal she did, everybody threw the drugs on her. I've seen her go through it.
I remember one time Chrissy and Whitney and I had went out to eat, and Whitney was in a long fur coat and her hair was looking a little... Whitney met a young, handsome gentleman who's like, "I'm a huge fan of yours, you know, I really look up to you. I can't believe I'm meeting Whitney Houston. Can I please get a picture?" That guy talked himself up to be this huge fan and took this picture of her, and then he sold it for all this money. We were in school, and some kids said, "Chrissy, I saw your mom all whacked out in this picture." But Chrissy fought hard to defend her. Whitney was all she had.
It was very hard on Whitney. When you can't be who you are and you have to be who the world wants you to be, that is not a way of life.
Like, yeah, the whole world was coming at her like, you don't even know what this girl's been through. but we needed help getting off these drugs. So we came up with a thing for Inquirer. But let me explain about that picture. That wasn't just her mess. That was our mess. She knew everything I was writing. And it was a cry for help for both of us.
That's the lowest point I seen with Tina and Whitney Houston. And that's when I stepped in. The family called me to come and be with her. And it was all kind of paraphernalia on that counter. I cleaned it up. She wanted to be a good mother. She wanted to be there for Chrissy and her husband. And somehow the drugs got in the way. Whitney was dealing with the disease of addiction, and she needed to be detoxed right away.
She knew he was gonna die. It had gotten that bad.
Friday,
we're gonna begin to share.
The Little Women bring their fighting spirit.
These shamans gonna have to break out the extra strong crystals.
An all-new episode of Little Women Atlanta, a Lifetime original series, Friday at 9. And catch up on the Lifetime app.
I was playing with my cats and watching a little TV and reading a book.
I'm just gonna be a housewife for some time.
Whitney was an everyday person. She used to tell me, I just want to be normal. Just let me be at home and be a mommy. Just let me be a wife. My name is Lori Starks. I was Whitney's mentor when she had a substance abuse problem in Atlanta, Georgia. I didn't get too much sleep dealing with Whitney. I gotta watch every move, because she was real slick. The Jersey slick girl. Like when she went to detox, the nurses called her like she threw the sheets out the window trying to crawl out the windows. I was like, what are you doing? Do you know how far up you are? About 12 flights? And she was like, oh, where you come from? You know? And I was like, you better get back in that bed. And I had to stay in the room with her to get through the detox. After that, we had a house in Gwinnett, Georgia. And I lived with her. Chrissy stayed at the house with us when Whitney was in recovery. Chrissy went everywhere that we went. I was real serious about her recovery. I said, you're either gonna do this, or I can't save you. You know, I remember one night Bobby came over to see her, and he bought a case of beer, and I said, do a room check. And that's how I found the beer, and I said, well, you gotta leave, you can't stay. And he left. He respected the fact that I was really trying to help her. I want the world to know that she tried to get off alcohol and drugs. She really wanted to stop using and be normal. It was pressure for her to sing when she wanted a break. Let me be a mother. Let me be a wife. Let me hang with my family. Chrissy was her baby, her heart. That's what kept her going. She just wanted to be at home and be a mommy. She wanted a break from being on the stage. But they kept booking her shows. They wouldn't let her have a break.
She was supposed to do some other shows. She was going to do a couple more albums. I think Whitney's actual pressures were coming back to the stage and everyone expecting her to be that 20-year-old voice that she was 24 years ago.
How's New York, Whitney?
You have to have people on your side to say she's done. I would say, Nippy, you don't ever have to sing another song, honey. Just go do your own stuff. I said, because let me tell you something. I have been singing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for 35 years in the same key. So don't let them tell you you need another record, honey.
She was on a good path of not using any drugs. But then, you know, there's people telling you what to do every day where using drugs.
that pressure on you to deliver on stage, on a tour, almost every day. Also be a mother, also be a friend, then try to judge. Just try to be Whitney Houston for one day.
When Whitney and Bobby started using again, the relationship was falling apart because of drugs. And she was paranoid of him cheating. She was in a lot of pain. And a lot of people talking in her ear, blaming her addiction on Bobby. And you need to divorce him.
How are you guys now?
We're wonderful.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because you must read the rumors. They're on the rocks. They're this.
Whatever.
So
It's wonderful.
they don't want a love story?
They don't want Whitney with me. They don't want me and her to be in love.
Why?
I don't know. She's beautiful. I'm the beast.
Good-looking guy?
I'm not that good looking.
It was always my biggest fear. If she didn't have Bobby, what would happen to her? How she was going to survive that. And she didn't.
Whatever their sensitive skin gets into, get it out with All Free Clean. Only All is the #1 recommended brand by dermatologists and 100% free of perfumes and dyes. Try it now. All.
Last seen in this area.
They appear to be 4 female bodies. Looks like you have a serial. 19 people have been murdered. The police made no connection. I'm beginning to think there's a cover-up.
Kim Delaney's Dorsey, the Long Island serial killer, a mother's hunt for justice. Premieres Saturday, February 20th at 8. Only on Lifetime.
It was so many people speaking against their marriage. After a while, it just got too much.
You just want something better in life for you and your child, no matter how much it hurts you. At some point, you really don't have any other options.
When Bobby and Whitney split, it was probably the lowest point I've seen in Chrissy's life. She was devastated. The world as she knew it came crashing down, and she was just a young girl trying to figure it all out.
Almost the saddest part about it was like,
I was afraid for them because I understood the depth of the connection, the dysfunction of it, but also they had a connection unlike any other connection she ever had. Bobby made Whitney happy, and together, they were more alike than what people knew.
She was very devastated. I can say that she was so much happier with her husband. That was the only man that's ever known her. And she loved him so much. That was her soulmate. Yes, it was.
My name is Tiffany Dixon. My relationship to Whitney was creative director of hair and makeup. I was blessed to work with her the last 7 years of her life. She was a true friend of mine. Once Bobby Brown and Whitney separated, it gave Whitney a chance to say, okay, what do you need from me? The two of them created a mother and daughter bond, just being together by themselves.
Whitney would tell her, you only have one mom, and I love you. No one's gonna love you like your mom.
I understand, Mom. Thank you, baby. I can't believe some of the stuff that I hear. She wasn't a good mother. She wasn't there for her daughter. That's not true. I guess what kind of making me emotional, I heard that Whitney didn't take her to school. I was right there. And I know that Whitney took her to school. Whitney loved her. The
The Laguna Beach house was said to be a rehab house.
It was for them to get away from people and enjoy each other's company without, paparazzi and the LA scene. Nobody knew about this place.
Whitney loves water. Starter Chrissy swimming. That's something that they love to do together. I remember walking on the beach, just kicking and looking at the sand and just taking it all in of who she was now in Laguna Niguel. It was just like, can we just go on the beach and just sit? Can we just watch? Can I just be just Nippy and not Whitney?
That Chrissy and I did.
Hey Nick, how's it going?
So how are you?
There was a Starbucks and a Waffle House. That's kind of where the whole story begins. Chrissy and Nick became super close. Chrissy found security in having another man around because of the absence of Bobby, because he was there all the time.
Whitney treated him like a son, like 100%.
I asked, who is this guy, Nick? And she goes, oh, it's your new cousin. So I approached Nick. Why are you hanging out with my cousin, who's 16? And Chrissy immediately pushed me away, was like, let it go, let it go, let it go.
What do you want to say to the Chrissy relationship? People saying it's wrong. Is it wrong?
No comment. Before her divorce, my aunt, Whitney, would defend my Uncle Bobby.
You say things about my husband, and I'll attack you. I know it. I know that. There's certain things you can press on me, and I'll just go for your throat.
I think trying to defend Nick might be all Bobbi Kristina knew how to do based off of watching her mother.
I used to be in the locked room with my niece downstairs. And I used to run down there, like, every 30 minutes, and the door's always locked. I tried to tell Nip, but she was in denial. She said, he's protecting her. No, he would never do that. Every time I came over there, he would have her credit cards. And I'd go to Nip, you got your credit card? No, I didn't know. No, it's fine, it's fine. Nip trusted Nick. And I kept telling her, he's no good.
Giselle Dumas, meet Ruby Landry. She's your sister.
Something bad is gonna happen. I hear you're a swamp girl. You animals!
If things turn out the way you want, you deserve the blame.
4 new V.C. Andrews movies, one big event.
Whitney wasn't the same after the divorce. She begged me every day. I gotta get my husband back.
Bobby was already in another relationship with Alicia. His girlfriend became pregnant. Whitney was like, there's no way that I can bounce back from this one. Their relationship was more public than anyone else's. It's hard enough dealing with heartbreak behind closed doors. And I remember her saying, I just want to hide. Nick moved in, and she could do that.
Nick would run and get food for them. He would go grocery shopping. He was helping Whitney around the house. Anything Whitney wanted him to do, he would do it.
I was with her at the townhouse. It just happened again. She started us. Bobbi Kristina, too. Yeah. She didn't do anything until she started hanging around Nick. And I'd go to Bobby girls abusing. She was in denial. She said, he's my son, Tina, that's your nephew. And I said, he's no nephew of mine.
Whitney needed love. She needed people that really cared for her, that would really say, hey, yo, think you're doing too much of that? Let's do this over here. It was really tough to see her struggle and go through some tough times and see the press chase her and beat her up. But Whitney was one of the greatest icons, I think, to inspire the world. We all fell in love with her. So I think we all wanted her to come back and be that huge again.
Once she could sparkle, it was like her comeback. She was the executive producer of the movie. She was in a good space. She was healthy. It was like a fire was lit up underneath her and she was ready to go.
After the movie, Whitney just wanted to love and be loved.
She was determined to overcome the heartbreak of being alone and not being loved with Ray J, and it was a brand new beginning.
She could date anyone she wanted to in life, but she always liked the bad boys.
Stella got her groove back. Me, Whitney, my husband Max, and Ray J will go out and live it up.
I mean, she may have been older. You can call her whatever you want. I think that Whitney thought, well, if Bobby can do whatever he wants to do, I can too.
She felt like she was 21 years old with him. She felt like the prettiest woman in the world. My godmother's normal attire, tight pants, the white top. Now she's talking about a dress. A dress? Yeah, with tight fitting, something to show my cleavage, look like...
I remember when we first started checking in, and then Chrissy wanted her own room, and that was weird because normally she would be with us, and Nick and I got a room right next to her. Whitney was right down the hall.
The whole weekend leading up to the Grammy party, the tabloids were all over Whitney.
They were saying that Ray J never loved Whitney for her. Ray J is just trying to make another Kim Kardashian headline or whatever. And honestly, Ray J, he really had love for Whitney.
That's right. That's what's up. Go Ray. He's such a gentleman.
It was her first night at a club in many, many, many years. She's like, come and go with me. So I went with her to the party. We did the red carpet. Bobbi Kristina was with us. And she sang, Jesus Loves Me. Her favorite song.
She saw this woman flirting with Ray J. There was a fight. Everyone was out of control. The night just went downhill.
It's crazy. After the party that night, I've never said this to anybody. I've never, wanted to even talk about this to anybody. I just don't want to even think. But, later that night, Chrissy stayed by herself, and she ends up going to take a bath. And she put her headphones in and was, laying in the tub, asleep.
It was water everywhere.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
That night, Chrissy's by herself in the bath. She fell asleep in the tub.
Whitney said that God told her to go check on Chrissy.
Her mother literally was her savior. If my godmother had not walked in, I've died.
The next morning, Whitney was like, Chrissy almost died last night. Sean and Nick, you guys need to stay away from that water. Get away from the water. That water is evil. It was the day of the party. The carpet was
every year, Clive's Grammy parties are just one of the best things in the whole world. It's the place to be for the industry. Whitney was always a big part of the night's festivities.
This year, she was going to be the guest of honor.
Nobody, not one person, could have predicted what would happen that night.
I arrived at the hotel at about 3. I got on the elevator. Once I got upstairs, I could hear wailing, and I immediately dropped my bag, took off running to Whitney's room. I could see security when they said, call 911. So at the hotel, called 911.
Now an emergency. Hi, how you doing? This is security from Beverly Hilton. Hi, what's going on? I need a paramedic. Apparently, you got a 46-year-old female found in the bathroom. I'm not sure if she fell or she was in the bathroom with the water. What room is she in? 434. You don't know if she's consciously breathing, you know? Apparently she wasn't breathing and she's 46-year-old. She was not breathing? Yeah. Okay, but she is breathing now? I don't know.
No one really knew what was going on. When I walked in, all I could hear was water under my feet. And I just wondered, well, where is the water coming from? Like, what is this? You know? And then I saw her there. Still kind of surreal that it even happened, that I was even there, you know? I can't even believe we're here talking about it.
We're sitting in the hotel room, me and Nick, watching the Laker game, and I fell asleep. And then the next thing you know, I wake up to screaming. To this day, I cannot get these screams out of my head. But I come to find out later it was Tiffany. Nick was like, yo, stay here. Let me go see what's going on. So he walks out the room, down the hall to her room. And Nick is just like, yo, come inside or whatever. And he like brings me inside. And he just breaks down. And he just started crying, saying, Mom is gone. And Nick told me, and I said, hey, Chrissy, let's go have some drinks downstairs. And she's kind of getting to know like a little bit more and more. Like she's seeing these fire trucks. Firefighters rush in through the lobby to the elevator. She's like, what is going on, Sean? Tell me what the hell is going on. She just eventually got away from me.
She came up and she says, what's going on? I said, I don't know, baby. I just know that she's unresponsive.
You just see her saying, no. You just hear her saying, no, crying, bawling, yelling. And I just felt so bad.
She just fainted.
And, I remember hearing a really loud scream. Like a wrong scream. A scream that ain't right. And I'm like, what? He said, put Max on the phone. And I said, Uncle Ray, why you, he not right? Why? Hold on. And he said, Max, she ain't make it. And I just started screaming. Please, Uncle Ray, please. Please fix this. She's not gone. Why are you saying this stuff right now?
I went out in my garage and cried. I just prayed and told God that maybe she could rest now. Everybody won't be pulling on her and depending on her.
And I looked out the window, and I seen the cars pulling up. They came in, a few of my family members, and Nip's gone. And I remember it was like a stab wound through here, and I had a heart attack.
Whitney Houston, one of the greatest voices of our generation, has died.
I had
the feeling that something wasn't right and that there was foul play involved. And the reason I say that is because Whitney was found in the bathtub. And Whitney never took baths in hotel rooms. So the fact that Whitney was found in a bathtub doesn't make any sense. Makes zero sense.
I'd like to say thank you for your prayer.
2 weeks before she passed, she asked me to come to LA. Wish I would have went. It might have been different. I don't know. But, I don't know.
I still feel guilty. If I was there, she'd be alive.
When I see it, what I filmed, one moment always gets to my heart. At the end of the 99 tour, I filmed her getting into the car, and she was really happy with herself. It was a very special moment that she thought she's done a good job, which always was important to her, to deliver on stage to the people. And she turns out of the window and she says, "Rudy, I see ya."
Bye. Rudy, I see ya.
But it was the end of our story also. Whenever I see that, I get very emotional.
Back in the hotel,
Chrissy is in there, holding her stomach. She was really pale. And it just wasn't right. She was out. My husband said call 911.
Bobbi Kristina was having a nervous breakdown.
I was laying in the hospital bed with her and we cried. And she was just like, Mom's gone. It was a mess.
It was a moment that nobody could control. A bomb was literally dropped today.
Wednesday.
What's going on?
Never before in Married at First Sight history.
My ex-fiancée is pregnant.
Has a couple
Good God.
faced
It's for sure yours.
this.
This is way too much.
When you get back with her,
I have to walk away.
Don't miss a
New Jersey church where Whitney Houston found her voice as a young girl.
Her music really touches your heart, touches your soul. She was a great person, and she's one of us.
I realized like her icon status at the funeral, seeing the turnout of all the fans and the amount of love that was shown on the street.
We love you, Whitney. I love it. I just love it.
God bless Whitney. Everything she has done for the city of Newark, and how she has touched everyone's heart here in Newark.
Reflected Whitney's worldwide fame.
Whitney was one of the greatest icons in the world. Scores of people in every country loved her.
Whitney was much more than an iconic superstar. This was an amazing, beautiful, vibrant woman. She loved her fans, she loved her family, and she did the best that she could.
She was one of the world's greatest singers. But the thing about it is you can sing and give your voice to the world, and that world is the same world that can bring you down and kill you too.
The most precious moment in my life. But I had my daughter. I was very proud of her, very proud of her. I miss her.
The Whitney I knew, despite her success and worldwide fame, still wondered, am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? Will they like me? It was the burden that made her great, and the part that caused her to stumble in the end.
My heart broke for Bobby losing the mother of his child. It was heartbreaking.
I know Bobby took it hard. He was destroyed. You know, I'm feeling so bad for him.
Whitney's death highly affected Bobby, like, to this day right here. He'll sit down and watch videos of him, Bobby girl, and Nippy. He sits and cries. He misses her so much.
This is the hardest thing I'll ever have to encounter. Ever in my life. That woman that gave birth to you, that you spent, the past 18 years of your life with, is gone.
I worried about Chrissy a lot after her mom passed because they had a very, very special mother and daughter relationship. That was always my biggest fear. If she didn't have Whitney, what would happen to her?
I'm Bobbi Kristina Brown. I'm 19 years old. I'm the daughter of Whitney Houston and Bobbi Brown, the infamous badass and the beautiful princess.
I just feel like that was a little too soon for her to be doing anything like that.
And it's the first Mother's Day without my mom. It was heartbreaking to see her on display in the most difficult time of her life. Chrissy was sick. Chrissy was grieving.
No, baby.
I cried my eyes out because I saw the pain in her.
That woman was literally my world. Like, that's what I felt. She was everything.
She didn't want any of that attention. She wanted to grieve the loss of her mother, and she wanted to heal.
What are you doing?
It's like apple juice. It tastes good.
I think dealing with her mother's loss, that there was a point that I was very concerned about her well-being because I could see the change in her physical being.
I'm gonna make you some sleep, baby. I am.
I was worried about Bobbi Chrissy doing drugs. But also, who do Bobbi Chrissy trust at this point?
If your role model takes drugs and you see that, what goes on in a child's brain and emotion, I mean, this is not a coincidence.
Bobbi Kristina got her mother's inheritance, and that alone is a lot of pressure for someone, as young as her.
It's got to be stressful, you know what I mean? Having to, pay some other guy's way, and then him also having a hand in your money, even though he didn't earn it.
Right after Whitney Houston passed away, I wasn't able to be in contact with Bobbi Kristina. Whomever was watching over her had the control of what was going on with Bobbi Kristina.
It's also in
After Whitney's passing, all of a sudden we're engaged. I think the whole world is thinking, wait, what? Whitney's adopted son is now her fiance. Obviously, with Whitney having passed, this was now Nick's opportunity to lock down the daughter of a legend.
Hey guys, how are we doing? So we heard about the wedding. Is it true? Oh, Chrissy, wow. Is it official though? Are you officially married?
We're officially married.
Okay.
No. Chrissy was never legally married to Nick. She asked that we go along with it, and I'm never going to embarrass anyone I love. Was it ever a ceremony? No.
Chrissy just wanted to love and be loved, and she wanted security.
When Whitney passed away, she was devastated. It was her mom, her best friend.
You just wanted to be supportive because you loved her, and she never told me really negative things, but I would have a sense that something was going on because I need you right now called?
There was one night, it was like 2 in the morning. Chrissy called me, hysterically crying, telling me she got into a fight with Nick. And I just told her, Chrissy, calm down, take a breather, what's going on, come talk to me, I'm gonna come pick you up right now. Where are you? Tell me exactly where you are. And then the phone cuts out. I heard from her 3 days later, and she was like, oh yeah, like me and Nick just like got into this fight. Like I had a little bit to drink, so I was probably being over dramatic. In her mind, like, it was just another day. There were telltale signs of abuse.
Browser 911, location emergency. This is Rick at Ellard Security, 90 River Bend Manor. Just had a neighbor call and report some kind of domestic dispute.
That time, Chrissy came to my house, and she told me that Nick laid his hands on her. And she felt that she deserved it. Oh, it was just a little slap. Like, it's not a little slap. That's a big deal.
I was worried about my niece hanging around Nick. And Nick took a lot of pills, gave her a lot of pills, you know. He had my niece strung out on all them drugs.
You can't plan for your period.
Like a mother's child.
Mahalia, coming in April, only on Lifetime.
After Whitney passed, I was definitely worried about Chrissy because I knew how close their bond was.
When Whitney died, Bobby helped his daughter by just being there for her, you know.
The media always said how Bobby Brown was a bad father, but he definitely loved his daughter with all his heart. He did.
An amazing connection. She loved her dad. She was a daddy's girl. And it was just hard for both of them. They both suffered. After her mother passed away, Nick Gordon was the closest thing to her.
I know. We have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful future ahead of us.
Loved Nick, but I was very much worried about her because he had the leash on her at all times. Chrissy and Nick were living in the same townhouse that Whitney had lived in with them prior.
Max is a good friend of Bobbi Kris. The same with they were good friends.
Max goes upstairs into Chrissy's bedroom and the door was locked. Max was banging on the door, nobody was answering, so Max broke down the door and found Chrissy in the bathtub, face down. They pulled her out of the bathtub. Nick raised her feet to let the blood go back to her brain. They tried to give her mouth-to-mouth and to no avail, so they called the ambulance.
Cardiac arrest, CPR in progress. 21-year-old female in the bathtub, face down, PD's around.
Bobbi Kristina Brown is in an Atlanta area hospital this morning. She was found unresponsive in a bathtub in a scene eerily similar to her mother's death 3 years ago.
When officers arrived, they found Nick Gordon performing CPR. Investigators are now trying to find out what happened before that.
When I heard, I almost fainted. I was devastated. I screamed, no, help her. No, no.
My name is Maya Green, and I became involved in this case when the homicide detective called me to let me know that Bobbi Kristina was in a coma. He noticed that the home was in disarray. There was drug paraphernalia around the home. Her body was over the tub. She was missing teeth.
Nick supposedly had dragged her up the stairs with her hair. That's why her teeth were missing. He's a monster.
Did she drown? Was there a drug overdose? We needed to do the investigation to determine what caused her to become unconscious. The detective interviewed the witnesses on hand, and he believed that it was drug-related.
The fact that she was found in a bathtub with the same fate as her mother doesn't make any sense. Bobbi was always by Chrissy's side in the ICU.
It definitely was a lot for Bobby Brown to take. But I'm proud of the way he handled the whole situation. He did all he could for his daughter.
Glad just left the hospital when Bobby girl died. Bobby girl was a great kid. Great kid.
Whitney and Bobbi Kristina are both gone. And they've both left this earth the same way. It's unreal. It's unreal.
I didn't expect that.
It hurt Bobby like crazy. He lost his family. It just sounds funny coming off of my mouth. It just sounds funny saying it.
Chrissy's biggest struggle and demon was trying to deal with the reality of losing her mom.
She could never live with losing her mother. And I think she really, really fought as long as she could.
The medical examiner ruled the death as unknown. So we still do not know what happened. We needed to hold them accountable.
Well, I knew automatically what had happened. I knew Nick had something to do with it. You was there when Whitney died. You was there with Bobby girl. So Nick's motivation for killing my niece would be greed. It's all about money, power, and prestige. Yeah, it's deep, and it's ugly.
I'm Jack Walker. I'm Nick Gordon's younger brother. People made him out to be this monster, and Nick literally was not that person that everybody was making him out to be. My brother loved Whitney and Chrissy so much. He was destroyed through Whitney passing and Chrissy passing. That destroyed my brother drastically. My brother tried to commit suicide because he was just so messed up in the head. And on top of losing somebody that he cared about, it was him being blamed for it. And it
Bye.